California Youth Outreach is a agency. It's a nonprofit agency that works with youth. Our main focus is to work with those youth who are in a, whether it be a gang-related type situation where they're either gang members or in the cusp of becoming gang members. And we try to intervene with them. We try to resource them, give them opportunity to move out of that lifestyle. Well, right now we do several programs, two of them which include a re-entry program. We work with the kids at the juvenile hall level. Once they've been arrested and have gotten into juvenile hall, one or two things will happen. They'll be placed either at juvenile hall or at the youth center. If they go to the youth center, they do anywhere between 365 days to about maybe less than that, maybe six to 1 year at the center. And once they're incarcerated, of course, the county has programs for them. But what we do is we'll go inside them and inside there and begin to build relationships with the youngsters. They begin to know who we are and begin to realize that we're here for them, to give them resources. You know, whether it's just bringing in a pack of socks, you know what I'm saying, for the guy that doesn't have it, to maybe a couple of games, just befriending them and then start to develop that relationship so that they know that, hey, listen, you know, if there's a resource that they're willing to take, then we're able to offer them. So the kind of resource I'm talking about is simply like, for example, maybe the youngster, you know, has a young brother, you know, who's 10, 11, 12, and, you know, and he doesn't want him to follow his footsteps. So he might ask us to, hey, can you go talk to my brother, my younger brother, you know, let them know that I don't want them to follow my footsteps. So we can do that. You know, we can do an in-house visit, go visit the family, and start to talk to the youngster who's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and start to let them know, you know, there's alternatives to this lifestyle. Plug them into the resources that we have, like Boys and Girls Club, you know, all the recreational centers that we have, the Bread Box, Hebron, just resources that will allow them to stay away from the streets, in a sense. Okay, so that's what we do. And so, and the other resources that we offer them, of course, is as soon as they're getting ready to leave, we want to be able to be there for them and say, hey, listen, once you leave the area, I mean the youth center, there's going to be a transition time where they're going to want you to either do something, be involved in something. This is what we can help you with. So with all the city resources and the county resources that we have, we try to really plug in kids and those resources. And we don't come in an authoritative position. You know, I'm not a police officer, so my job isn't to catch you and put you in jail. I'm not even a mental, you know, therapist. I'm not here to feel, you know, to find out how you feel, or, you know, if you're feeling okay. Those we have people for that. I just want to know how you're doing. What's up? You know, what can we do to help you? You know, in a sense of helping you, I'm not talking about those things. I'm talking about, like, you know, what is it that you need in the sense of encouragement? You know, the gang culture, as we know it today, it's a culture. You know, we can't be asking kids to drop out of something that they don't know how to drop out of, because it's all around them. You know what I mean? So you got to change that mindset. You got to change that lifestyle very slowly, you know, and it can start with just changing the way the attitude is. Hey, it's okay to be down for your neighborhood, you know, but be smart, okay? Let's not get caught up in that next level, all right? The next level of violence, that next level of madness, you know. Let's not get caught up, you know, getting caught stealing. Let's be smart. California Youth Outreach was gearing towards hiring those individuals that had that life experience. I mean, how am I going to talk to a gang member if I've never been a gang member? Well, I'm not a gang member, and I've never been a gang member. But I have lived in Salinas. I've lived in Salinas all my life, 45 years in Salinas, and I grew up in the East Side. I grew up going to those schools, East Side schools, Sherwood School, also South, Alisal High. Luckily for me, I got kicked out of Alisal High and got sent to Salinas High. So that was my pivotal moment in life where I got taken away from my environment. I don't know if it makes sense, but it'll make sense in the sense of the friends that I grew up with were going to that high school. Well, I got kicked out of that high school and wasn't allowed back in that high school. So that pivotal moment in my life actually worked out for the best, where I ended up at Salinas High and, graduated from high school and, worked. I liked the working, I liked the sense of making money. So I focused on that and got away from that lifestyle. But it was always been around it. All my friends that I grew up with from kindergarten, I remember them, and I remember a lot of them are gone now because of that that lifestyle they decided to follow. Well, California Youth Outreach is a nonprofit organization, and most nonprofit organizations, we try to fall into the grant writing, fall into the grants that are available through either government grants, public grants, but mostly government grants are available to us. Anybody can write us into a grant, meaning that if there's if somebody's writing a grant and has to do with youth violence, somehow, some way, California Youth Outreach will fit in that mold, whether it be in the reentry side, which I just talked about earlier. We're also in the school-based side. You asked me earlier what else we do. Well, we're also at schools, for example. Right now, currently, I'm working at the community school, and so we're working with those youth at the community school, trying to encourage them, do the same thing that we do with the kids that are inside. So it's no different. You're working with youth that are at a school that they can say to themselves, well, I really don't want to be here, but I'm here. So, we have to find a way to keep them active, keep them encouraged. And it's just, like I said, it could just be, for us, it's kind of nice because I work with a nonprofit organization, but it's also a faith-based organization. So the founder of our agency is Pastor Tony Ortiz, who's been doing this now for over 40 years. He's actually, back in his days, he grew up in Salinas and he grew up in the east side, and he actually understands that lifestyle because he went through it from being in Salinas, becoming a gangster, becoming a gang member, going to prison, getting out of prison, and having a vision to open an agency or a nonprofit organization to help youngsters out. So that was kind of neat. So we're encouraged to sometimes just, like people say, the presence of somebody positive is always better than somebody negative, right? And kids get enough negative already. You got teachers that don't want to deal with you. You got counselors that don't want to deal with you. You got supervisors that don't want to deal with you. What do you do now? What? So sometimes, put me in some kids, I want to deal with you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the type of job that I do allows me to do that. It allows me to be able to say, hey, listen, man, I'm not here to, judge you. I'm just, what's up, Tell me what's up so I can help you. And something as simple as that, like what's up, can open doors, And it can just be like, man, I'm just going through it, man. Parents are giving me a hard time. Parents are going through things, right? My family's going through things. I'm going through things. So it does help to just be able to be present for those moments when those kids open up to you. We work with anywhere between 200 kids a year is about what we talk to. We would hope to reach, if I could reach 1% of those kids, that'd be great. But, that's how many kids we talk to are, we associate with. In other words, within classes, the youth center, as you know, they hold anywhere between 60 to 80 kids sometimes. Juvenile hall, the Rancho Cielo. So they hold a lot of children there. So we associate with all the children or kids that go there. At the ranch, for example, I do a class. I teach a class. It's a gang awareness class. And it's kind of funny because it's like gang awareness, You're teaching gangsters about gang awareness. No, they're not all gangsters, you know what I'm saying? They don't all associate with something, but they're aware. You know, actually they are already aware. So what the class is about is to just let them know that, look, if we continue on this path, here's what's next. You know, it's, you know, prison, it's those next steps that are going to follow. I also teach that same class at the youth center once a week. So I get to see all the new youngsters that come in, and they have to go through my class, so which is really nice. Strengthening families, as I mentioned earlier, that also ties into what I do with the youngsters, teaching families family skills. I'm in charge of the youth, so I'm teaching them youth skills, peer pressure, you know, just what anxiety, what anxiousness is, all those things that, you know, kids will go through. Try to explain to them what that looks like, what that feels like, so they're ready to be able to handle stress. So I deal with about 200 kids a year. So I've done this for 5 years now, and I got to say, within the last 5 years, you know, I've seen the earlier kids I work with have now outgrown. You know, they're in their 20s now, and I've seen a few out there that are doing really good. I was really happy to be able to collaborate with Hartnell College when Hartnell College came out with their I forgot the name of the program, but it was a college program for the new campus, and we were able to put kids in there, and they were able to go to Hartnell College and get their certificate for agriculture and stuff, which is great. Now 3 or 4 of them are in college, you know, actual college. So I've seen youth throughout these years actually progress to college, to degrees, you know what I'm saying? Some of the other kids have outgrown the lifestyle, the culture. You know, they just decided that, I mean, maybe they had kids and decided to just get jobs and work out there. And I seen them out there working jobs, working for Pepsi, working for Coca-Cola, working for all the stores in, you know, Salinas. It's really neat. And also, I mean, we're involved with CASP, of course, Community Alliance for Safety and Peace. And when that started about 4 years ago for me with CASP. We started going to CASP in the mornings, and how that works, of course, is, you know, with the strategic plan that they've developed for Salinas, which is, once again, a gang awareness or gang intervention type plan, we fit right in. You know, we were able to help them initially with a lot of the outreach, which is just reaching out to youngsters, letting them know that the resources were available. That made me grow even more. And the way I can say that is, you know, I mean, you're an agency, you got a couple people working for you, okay? But when you're an agency and you're in a collaborative, you're like the Verizon guy, you got 1,000 people behind you. And I sit there with Cass, you know, in, you know, one little chair, but yet they're part of my network. And I can literally tell you that just makes you stronger, not only as an individual, but as a agency, to be able to say, look, you got a problem, I got someone that can help you with that. Not necessarily me by myself, because I can't do nothing by myself, but I have an expert that can help you with that, whether it be media, whether it be safety, whether it be health, whether it be psychology, whether it be problem with the city, with the county. You know, I sit there like, hey, Mayor, you know, I don't do that, but but you know, there's people that I can look to by a simple phone call, simple email, and say, hey, listen, I got this situation that has to do with families in Salinas, and we're there behind making it happen.